Well, guys, I almost left out a few items that I think would be important to keep in my pack. I realized that I had left a few things out. When I showed you the pack before, I have a smaller day pack that I keep with me sometimes and that I take with me out on some, one-day excursions, and had borrowed a few items from my survival backpack. So I thought I'd make a quick clip just to add this in for you. No kit would be complete without a utility knife. And so this is my K-bar utility knife or camp knife. This is my chopper. That Glock knife is good for small tasks, or it'd be good as a defensive knife, but this is the one that I would mostly use for utility work. And I actually bought this to substitute in some cases for my regular style K-bar. This has got a lot heavier blade on it. It's a good chopper. I've only had a chance to use this a couple of times now. It's fairly new, and it's referred to in another video on this channel. But definitely so far my experience has been good with this knife. I wish it was a little heavier, or maybe a little bigger, I guess. But for a small knife or a compact knife, as this is, in comparison to others, this is a good chopping knife. So that's what I use this for, and I would keep it with my kit. And along the same lines, this is a small folding knife that I keep. And I have some name brand knives, and I have several knives that cost much more than this one that I don't like as well. This is really a cheap knife I bought at a sports shop. This doesn't have a really particular well-known name on it, but it's been a very good blade. I've used it a lot. And actually, this is not an assisted open knife, but it is very fast. So I normally keep this in my pack or keep it with me most of the time. Another thing along that line that could be used for defense is some pepper spray. And I carry this with me sometimes in my EDC, or my, if I carry a day pack with me, I put this in there just in case. I believe in having weapons to protect yourself with. This is probably not my first choice, but I think if I can find a means that's not lethal and that's applicable in the situation, then I keep this with me just in case. So just something for you to think about. Also, I didn't have but one. I guess I have my mag lights and mini mag lights, which are really more of a backup light for me. But I normally keep at least one tactical style light, and I normally just carry it on my belt in a cell phone holder. This is one that you guys have seen me talk about before. It's a good light, nice bright light. I normally keep at least one good powerful light in my pack. I didn't show very much tinder, and I had a couple of packs in my day pack that I went out on a hike with, but I keep plenty of tinder in the pack. I didn't want you guys to think that I just carry a couple of cotton balls with me. Normally I'll have quite a bit, and I'll have enough to make many fires with in my pack. And actually, one piece of this can be broken and used several times if it's used wisely. Okay. Also, I have this. This is actually made by Adventure Medical Kits. This is probably the best space blanket that I would keep in my pack, and it is. It's actually a personal bivy. I think it is. It's actually a two-person bivy. Is how it came packaged. It has some survival information printed right on it, like some instructions and things. So this normally stays in my kit, and it was, as I said, borrowed and put in my day pack. Another thing is some spray hand sanitizer. I think that keeping yourself clean and germ-free is important as much as you can, especially in the wilderness. So I borrowed this from the pack and put it in my day pack as well. Sometimes I'll borrow things from packs and put it in a pack that I'm using that particular day. And this is a very important thing that I keep as well, especially in my survival backpack. If you're out in the wild, your diet might not be what you would want it to be, so it's important, I think, to supplement. And two, if you're out in the elements, you definitely could use an immune boost. So I keep these super vitamin C. These are actually individual packets. They're designed to go in a bottle of water, like a 16-ounce water bottle, which I use it in on a daily basis. But you can also mix it in with water from your canteen. Especially if you purify water and the taste is not very good, you could add a package of this, and it would help improve the flavor and at the same time give you some very important nutrients to keep your immune system up and keep you well. And actually, using this type of thing, I don't get sick very much, so I believe in it. Another thing that I didn't show you very much of in my pack is what type of food that I would carry. And in all honesty, I don't keep a lot of food in my pack, but I do keep several days worth. And some of the things that I keep in my pack are military style MREs or rations. You guys have all seen these. This one's actually been torn into because I've eaten one of the elements out of it. But I keep normally at least 1 to 2 of those in my pack. And I supplement it with other things that you can get right at your local grocery store, like the foil pouches I've shown you before of the tuna. Sometimes I buy the chicken, and I've got several recipes for meals that I make. One of them I show on my Esbit Stove video. There's another one where I use the foil chicken in a pouch like this with some stovetop stuffing to make a chicken casserole. And those things taste quite good, and they provide you with some real substance for a meal. Also, I normally keep a good pair of gloves in my pack, and I had put these in my day pack. This is a brand new pair I recently purchased. I know I showed a small knit pair of gloves, like some cheap gloves, but I keep a nice pair too. And that way if I'm doing some heavy chopping or camp chores, things like that, I can keep my hands in good shape. And then the last item that I failed to mention, I showed you a 1-quart canteen that I would use with a cup attached to it on the outside of my pack. But this is also a very important canteen for my system, and this is actually a U.S. Collapsible carrier and canteen assembly. This actually holds 5 quarts of water. And the thing I like about this is it has a funnel on it, and if you were actually trying to collect water from a source, whatever that source might be, this will help you to funnel water into this and collect it and carry it with you. It also has a pouch for the water purification tablets, and this can go right into my hydration bladder compartment on that pack, which I showed you earlier. So I definitely keep this with me if I'm really going out. If I'm going on a day hike or an overnight camping trip, this probably is not going to ride with me, and that's why it was not in the pack. But if I had to take that pack to leave my house, this would be definitely something I put right into that bladder compartment, and that way it'd have that to back me up. So I just wanted to share these items too, so I could show you completely the things that I would keep in my survival backpack. I appreciate you guys watching.